Good evening. Hi Ben, how are you today? I thought we could continue the Lord of Change today, hopefully get to a point where I have a rough idea of how long it's going to take to finish. That'd be nice. There's so much detail on this guy that I keep having to move the goalpost, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, it's just a thing. Doing good? I'm glad to hear it. I'm okay. I've been off work the last 2 days because I've just felt super rough. Feeling okay-ish now, so I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna do some painting and yeah, see how it goes. I reckon it'll be fine. I did some painting this afternoon as well, working on a different project, and yeah, that went fine. So bit of a pause there. Hi Wolfie, you all right? And thank you for the hug, Ben. That's appreciated. I'm okay. I'm feeling much better now than I did yesterday. Yesterday I was completely wiped out. I had I was operating on painkillers and sleep essentially, so not operating at all. Doing all right. I'm glad to hear it, Wolfie. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm getting over a weird bug or something. I don't know what I had, but it basically felt really low energy and massive headache yesterday and today. So I didn't go into work, which is a bit shit because I don't get paid for days that I'm not at work. But yeah. Feeling much better now, so I should be alright to go back in tomorrow. Not that I'm particularly excited about that, but it is what it is. I haven't really read your message on Discord yet. I saw it pop up in my notifications. You said you're working on your Sisters of Battles to try and... Was it to try and get... or to sort of reward yourself afterwards with the new Space Wolves? Is that right? Yeah, very nice. I must admit, I'm kind of intrigued by the Space Wolves. Not by the lore necessarily, but I quite like the idea of painting like something with wolves and stuff. Although fur is quite tricky to paint, so I don't know how I would do with the fur. Gotta get some painting done, don't want to have a pile of grey. No, I know what you mean. I quite like having a pile of grey in a way, because to me it's like a way of thinking about everything that I still get to paint. But it can also feel like pressure. And I don't think we need that in our lives. We've got enough as it is, enough pressure as it is. We don't need our hobby to add to that, in my opinion. Oh yeah, that's what I was doing last time. Trying to remember where I left off last time, and I just noticed that by the looks of it, I did do the red wash, but haven't brought the highlight back up yet, so I will do that on the extra bits. Exactly, Ben, the pile of potential. The executive function disorder kicks you in the teeth if you give yourself too many options. Yeah, it's hard, man. It's really fucking hard. I just don't start if I don't I want to say force. It's not exactly forcing myself, but it is like forcing myself. Like doing this stream, scheduling that in or scheduling that in. That makes me paint. And I love painting. I honestly, there's very few things that I enjoy more than painting. But to get up off my ass, put my book down, which is one of the other things that I really enjoy, put my book down and to actually go paint, it's a tricky one for me. Which I know is ridiculous, because it's, like I said, it's genuinely one of the things that I enjoy the most in my life. And I still manage to struggle with it, so... You were in a building mood the past couple of weeks. You've got like 30 to 35 models that need to be painted. Kid bashed on Zephyrin from Battle Sisters. And decided it wasn't enough and gave them wolfen legs. Oh my god. That looks awesome. That sounds awesome. What was that for, Ben? Contribution to the executive function disorder thing? Or something else? Well, I've told myself that this coming Friday I need to update my portfolio and my website and post some things on Instagram because I'm behind. I've got a bunch of stuff that I've finished painting, or a couple of things that I've finished painting that I haven't taken pictures of yet. A large number of grey models, not guilty at all. Oh no, of course not. think we're all, or most of us, are guilty of the pile of potential pitfall. There's very few people in this hobby who just buy a kit, paint a kit, buy a kit, paint a kit. You don't really like doing batch painting, you didn't mind doing all the fabric at once. Yeah, I actually quite like painting fabric. I find it quite enjoyable. I had to, like on the model I painted earlier today, or I was working on earlier today, I had to paint leather for the first time, like proper leather. I'd done it before, sort of, but never in like as large an area. It was an experience. It was cool. It was nice to learn. And I think in the end it turned out okay. I'm quite happy with how I'm getting on with that model. I'm painting it for my brother, so I really want it to look very nice. And yeah, I hope he likes it. I think he will. I sent him a progress update when I basically just put speed paint base coat on there, and he was like, "Oh my god, I'd be happy with it the way it is." No, you're getting a finished model, not a just speed painted, my friend. Yeah, I haven't really done much batch painting at all. It's the advantage of only really buying models that I think are cool. Because it means I can just paint what I like when I like it. I should probably do more batch painting. I've just haven't really got anything to batch paint. Oh, actually, I can paint rats. I've got clan rats somewhere. So I could do that. I could do that if I wanted to. Tangent, how quickly does Gary fall over this week? Oh, that's a good question. I reckon a lot slower than last week, if I'm honest. Because I reckon not everyone of last week's group will show up. I think we're doing a full clear. Oh, thank you for the lurk, White Wolf. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a nice evening. But yeah, I think we're doing a full clear. Because I think Johanna is coming. And she can still get gear from Heroic, whereas most of us are kind of done gearing from the raid. Might be like the odd trinket or something that people still want, but it isn't as dire anymore as it was. And in all honesty, it will probably take like an hour to clear the whole thing up to Gallywix. Yeah, exactly. Did I find out what colour the Minotaur is supposed to be? Oh yeah, yeah. He wanted of Greek origin, which is that was what I was painting today. He wants black or dark brown hair, olive-ish skin. Not that there is much skin on him, but... And he wants him grimy because of mythology. And he had he wasn't sure what colour he wanted the eyes. And he said, "What? I don't know. I don't think there's any like real mythology that says he has red eyes." But he was like, either black or red. And I showed him what black looked like because that's the base colour. I said, well, I think it will look a bit bland with just black. So I made them red and sent him a picture of the red. He hasn't replied to that yet because he's a busy boy. But I reckon, to be honest, he'll like it. 2 eyes. It's the one from the labyrinth. Or at least that's how he wants him painted. Yeah, eyes. This is what he looks like at the moment. I'll see if I can get him. So he has red eyes at the moment, with like a tiny dot on them, and like a leather cloth wrap thing around him. I'm quite happy with how he looks at the moment. He's got like battle scars and things, and he's not quite finished yet, but he's almost there. And I've started the base as well. Oh, fiddlesticks. Where did I just put gold? Oh, nowhere. Okay, cool. Started the base as well. He wanted like a patterned brick kind of thing. And obviously this is nowhere near done, but I've done like a little like twisty turny thing, and he will fit his hoof. His back hoof is a bit angled, so he can stand up on this brick with one leg. But it kind of looks a little bit like the labyrinth. So yeah, I think he looks cool, and I hope my brother will feel the same way. I reckon he will, but time will tell. Yeah, I thought so. I bought these. Let me see if I can find them now. Yeah. Ooh. Dig, dig, dig. These rollers. Like, they're not the fancy Green Stuff World ones, but these were 25 quid for 6 rollers. And this one had this, like, brick mosaic kind of pattern, and there's, well, I think they all have interesting patterns, so I was quite pleased with that, considering the ones from Green Stuff World are £9 each, I think, which is amazing. They're amazing, obviously, but I am kind of glad that yeah, bargain, I know, right? And apparently it's a small independent shop that was on Amazon, because I got like a little card in there, thank you for ordering from a small, for supporting a small business, etc. And I like that too. That makes me quite happy that I am supposedly supporting small business. So I'll leave them a review because they work a charm. Also, I ordered 5 and I got 6, so that's also quite cool. Oh shit, I've got to put a new plaster on my finger. My finger's almost healed. It's still icky looking, but the skin is covered. Or like, do I want green? I don't know. Yeah, it's really thin at the moment. The skin is like really thin, and you can see like my fingernail is still half what it needs to be, but like this skin is, it's like as if you've had a blister and the top layer of skin has come off your blister. This feels like the skin underneath the blister, if that makes sense. So it's really sensitive. I don't really want to touch it, but it's closed over, and I think my nail will grow back, which is nice. I'm trying to think. I don't really want to add more colors. Because I feel like it already has a lot of color. But that staff needs something. The staff needs something. Thank you, Ollie. I appreciate it. Would love to collect Warhammer, but it's too expensive. See, I'm in two minds on that. I feel like, yes, it's not correct, it's not a cheap hobby, but the time versus money comparison, like, yeah, sure, you can spend £80 on a box of Warhammer, right? But by the time you've built that, you've painted it, and you've played with it, that's a hell of a lot better investment than going to the pub for an evening, which is also going to cost you 80 quid if you're not careful. So it's yeah, you're spending a lot of money, but at the same time it also gives a lot back as well. I feel like people tend to forget, like, oh, it's really expensive, it's an expensive hobby. It's like, yes, it is, but not all that expensive if you think how much time you get to enjoy it with. Just looking at some pictures of Lord of Change, as you can see. Time cost investment is an interesting one. Yeah, I was just like, so I've got friends like who will go to the pub multiple times a month, spend an absolute fortune, lose their phone and all that, and then say, "Oh no, Warham's too expensive. It's too expensive." And you're like, well, I didn't have to buy a new iPhone. I didn't lose my phone on the way home from the pub. I didn't spend 100 quid on beer or anything like that. So it feels like there's multiple sides to it. But if you want really cheap models, you can always... you hate the pub. I'm not a huge fan either, to be honest. I used to like it, but I only really like it with like close friends now. Close friend, have a few beers, and that's it. I don't feel like I need to get smashed, mate. Need to get smashed. Just... I'm Dutch originally, from the Netherlands, but I've lived in England for 10.5 years now. Your PC costs you $1,200, your PS5 is $499. Yeah, exactly. Like everything, all our hobbies nowadays are really expensive. And you could... I'm picking up the accent. Oh, yay! That's good. I'm glad I don't sound like a Dutch person speaking English all of the time, because I know that also happens a lot, and I hate that. Well, what was I saying? eBay is also your friend. You can buy a lot of models for very little money on eBay. Because a lot of people will buy... A lot of people in this hobby have not very many real life friends to play with, so they might buy, let's say, like a Dominion box or something like that, and they'll only want one army out of it, and the other army goes unbuilt onto eBay. So that's definitely worth checking out and just keeping an eye on occasionally, just having a look, see if anything's been put up. You would like to get to Eurostar to Amsterdam one day and smoke a pipe? Well, you can, no one's stopping you. I think it's about 4 hours on the train. eBay or having friends with 3D printer also helps, yes. Agreed. That's also an option, actually. Having a look on Facebook for on Marketplace for used 3D printers, because they tend to get upgraded. People buy like a newer version, and then the older version ends up on Facebook. And they are a lot more affordable if you buy them secondhand. You just need to make sure. I've been told by Nivian, as long as you make sure that there's no issues with the screen, you should be okay buying buying a second-hand printer. Even if you only get like a few years out of it, it's still going to be better than no printer. So Tau look cool because you like to be a space communist, and they have kind of anime. Yeah, I gotta admit, like, I think the Tau look kind of cool. I know that there is a very big divide on the, like, in hashtag Warhammerland. Like, a lot of people are very anti-Tau, which actually might play in your favor, to be honest. You might be able to pick up Tau fairly cheap on eBay, because there's a bit of a stigma for Tau players. Apparently, they play a certain way that isn't that people don't really like. I don't actually know, but rule of cool with the battle suits. Yeah, exactly. I'm very much pro painting anything that looks cool. I don't really care which army it is or who likes or doesn't like it. For me, it's all about, am I going to like it? Am I going to enjoy painting it? And most of the time the answer is yes. Mostly because I just don't buy stuff that I don't like the look of, to be honest. I am very a little bit I guess a bit of a girl when it comes to that. It's like, I want to buy the pretty models. You've got some Tau Crisis suit bits that you're going to kit bash a couple of your Paragon war suits with. Yeah, exactly. They have such awesome pieces. There's some really, really good Tau bits out there. I think the Tau look really cool. But then again, like I don't play, I only paint, so surprised you haven't got your paintbrush on the Storm Surge. Nick has been working on it, and he's been doing such a great job with it that I'm like, okay, you can come up with a scheme and let me know what you've done, and then I'll come in after you and paint the other things. He's worked out that one of the MiG ammo painter colors is just an absolute banger for the blue that you were looking for, and it goes in the airbrush straight through. It's brilliant. Some really cool armor panels and extra bits. Yeah, exactly. There's just they look like a lot of fun to paint. But I've been pretty busy recently, and it's like not had an awful lot of time to paint things. I feel like I need to prioritize the stuff that I'll get paid to do. So that's a thing. Tace, you alright? How are you? Looking effing great. Thank you. I'm having fun with this model. It's taken effing forever, but it's enjoyable. It is enjoyable, so I'm not complaining. You love how much use I'm getting out of these paint handles. I'm literally using them every time I paint, Ben. They are so useful. They are really, really good. You effed up a mini yesterday, you let it fall and now one small piece is missing. Oh no! Argamax had something similar happen. He was building one of the Sisters of Battle, and they have, I'll be able to show you, I think, because I happen to have the same model here. Bear with. So on these shoulder pads, that little like the eagle thingy on the shoulder is a separate piece, and he dropped it on a grey carpet, so yeah, no chance finding that. So yeah, he asked Nivian to print him one, which he did. It's the advantage of having a 3D printer. As long as someone sends you the file, and enjoy your dinner, Ben. Yours broken to pieces. Oh no. Almost completely back together, but he's missing a part of a leg. Yeah. Or maybe you can resculpt it with some green stuff or something. Would that be an option? Or is that too optimistic? Otherwise, I would definitely say just, yeah, make it battle damage. Good evening, Dagamad. How are you today? Not the busiest day, a little bit of a mix. That can be quite nice. The occasional quieter day. As long as it's not all the time. Not a standard piece, and this is printed by the company where you buy them from, so no STL files. Yeah, can you remake it with some green stuff? Like sculpt one? Or is it too intricate a piece? You can't sculpt it small, yeah. Battle damage it is. Give him like a peg leg or something like that. Make him a... Jar! I'm a pirate! Yo ho ho! Yeah, I would suggest making him a pirate. Or something like that. No. Stuff. I'm thinking dark blue, actually. Like his legs and his hands. There's a lot of cloudburst blue. Is anyone else working on anything at the moment? Any hobby projects in the works? Nice nails, thank you. It's a new polish, very shiny. Yeah, I wasn't gonna buy this set because I didn't have the money for it. So when Nivian's sister, she always buys the new sets that come out. She asked me, "Are you gonna buy them, or do you want me to order yours as well?" And I was like, "Oh, I can't afford it." And Nivian was like, "Well, that's no fun. I'll buy them for you." So he secretly spoke to his sister, said, "If I send you money, can you still order them?" So she ordered them, and that was a very nice surprise. I was not expecting to get this set. So yeah, I was like, "Oh man, it's just more glitter, and probably won't use them very often, but I think I will use them very often because they're bloody brilliant. Look at that, like so shiny." And I've only used 5. There's 2 more coloured in the box. So yeah, I was very happy when that arrived. You posted your little bastard squad in Discord. Finished a little while back. Awesome. I will have a look in a sec. I am very curious to see what you've been working on. Let's have a quick look. It's going so slow. Awesome. Very nice. That's awesome. I'm glad that it took you way too long, about 40 hours. See, the thing about these little models is that they take deceptively long. And especially if you haven't painted them before, it can take ages to get the color scheme down and get things looking the way you want. I painted one yellow marine a while ago, and I think it took me about 4.5 hours. Because I was like, oh, I should teach myself to paint yellow. Because yellow is quite a tricky color to work with. It doesn't cover very well, and it gets they're too little. That's the issue. Are they yeah, they are. They're 32mm scale, aren't they? Yeah, they're tiny, tiny boys. Tiny boys. It makes it even harder. Oh, 28, yeah. You don't like yellow, personal level. See, I'm also not a huge fan of yellow. I like it sometimes. Like, I like yellow summer dresses, for example, because they make your skin look nice and tanned if you're already a little bit tan. But I would never buy a yellow t-shirt for it. And because I don't really have much experience with painting 40k, because I mostly do Age of Sigmar stuff, I was like, oh, I should really paint a Space Marine, and what better Space Marine than an Imperial Fist, because that's a really good kind of practice. And it is, but it's also an absolute nightmare. Took forever. Like, it looks pretty good. Quite happy with it, but I would never make an Imperial Fist army. Because of that. Because the recommendation for painting a strong yellow is to paint your model pink first. And then paint the yellow on top. Because they're on opposite sides of the color wheel. That's not entirely true, but they're like contrasting colors. For some reason, color theory dictates that pink enhances yellow when you put it on top of each other. So yeah, I did that, but it makes, yeah, it doesn't all of a sudden mean that all your yellow looks nice, because your yellow will still be streaky and it will still look not quite right. Is there a reason why you don't like yellow, Dagamad? Just not really the color for you, or is there like, oh, my first girlfriend would only ever wear yellow and I hate her now, so now I don't like yellow anymore? which would be a valid reason. Just not your favorite color, you think deeper colors. Yeah, that's fair. I think a lot of people don't really like yellow. I quite like it as a contrasting color, like something that offsets other things, like in this, for example, just bring out things. And I did this yellow marine, and I'm quite happy with how he turned out. If my camera will focus on him. With like the highlights and everything, and I'm like, yeah, okay, you know what? That looks alright. But, yeah, and I'm quite happy with the result. He's just yellow, and it makes me realise that there's a good reason why I don't normally paint yellow. Because that took ages, that one little model. And obviously, if you then do the pink as an undercoat, yeah, I did, yeah. Pink as an undercoat, like a really vibrant pink, this one. Familiar pink. And it, yeah, it worked alright. It just means that you have to cover the pink with your yellow, and if your yellow isn't really playing ball, then... Because I've also heard stories that you can just spray your model or base coat your model with like Wraithbone and then use a good yellow contrast paint or speed paint, and you have that gives a fairly good result as well. But I thought I should try the actual like acrylics on top of acrylics method that felt more like what I was trying to achieve, like teaching myself how to paint pink. So yeah. Annoying. I don't need a lot, but I need a little bit. I should start tallying up the hours that I've painted this one. Cool. Corvus Black. It is time. I need to make a list of the paints that I'm going to have to replace soon. Corvus Black is one of them. That has to be one of my favorite colors, which is kind of crazy considering I really like my bright colors. But Corvus Black is just one of these colors that just works. It just works. Evening Paint It, how are you? I hope you're having a lovely day and week, I suppose. I hope things are going well. You're going okay? I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, I'm alright. I felt really, really rubbish yesterday and most of today, but I'm feeling much better now, so can't complain. How's your work going? You still enjoying it? Oh, thank you. Yeah, me too. It was not a fun one. It's one of those really like no energy, really bad headache, sore and all that. Work is work. Yep, it is. It certainly is. It certainly is. Man, this pot is just so wanky. Need to flick paint on my own eyes. Yeah, I don't think today is the day that I'm going to be doing this. Close you back up again, darling. Thank you muchly. Bye. Are you working on anything hobby related at the moment, Painter? Or are you still at a stage of new job that anything outside of work hours feels like too much of a chore? You've organised and sold a lot of older stuff. Nice. You did mention you were going to do that. Yeah, it does count, absolutely. It's hobby adjacent at the very least. And it will allow you to buy new stuff. Or create space so you can actually build and paint the stuff that you do want to work on. So definitely counts. Do you have plans on what you're going to do with either the money or the space? Or is it just creating space in your brain at the moment? Because that's what it would do for me, like the decluttering is also mental decluttering. Pay bills, yeah, that's fair. Like, if you're never planning on painting those models anyway, might as well have them be helpful some other way. I have no idea whose hide this guy is using as a loincloth, but it's kind of funny to me that he's using the soft furry side on the inside. I guess birds don't have external genitalia, so they might as well. I suppose it would be ticklish for anyone else, but not for birds. It looks kind of gross, a little bit scaly almost. Cool though. Cool though. Big birdie looking awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. He is slowly but steadily getting there. I feel like I've been painting him for ages, but obviously it doesn't help that I've done the occasional tangent and painted other things in the meantime as well. Like I've almost filled in all the white, or the grey I suppose. There are only a few areas where I haven't put any paint yet. So that's always encouraging. Itchy tickly. I'm gonna have to decide what kind of runes I need to want to paint on the in the book. Ergomax very helpfully sent me the like the files, or not the files, the alphabet. So I'll have to have a little read to see what I can make with those letters. Thank you, Welsh Mini Painter. How are you today? You're okay? You don't sound super convinced. Oh, speaking of if you're Welsh, are you going to be at RoseCon by any chance? Tiring day. Ah, no, that makes sense. Can't remember if we talked about this already or not. It shows you my memory is very bad. And I've got 3 small people in the house, they're all busy, so you don't get much time to do cons. That's a shame. It's only the Saturday the 14th, but if you've got 3 small ones, I understand. It's not easy to get away. You would like to, yeah. Well, even if you can only get away for a few hours, or get in for a few hours. Don't know how far away from Cardiff you are, but just because you're in Wales doesn't mean you're close to Cardiff, so. Not too far. Maybe? Swansea. Oh, that's not too bad, yeah. But again, with little kids, it's even a journey that doesn't sound like much of a journey is still an entire undertaking. Well, if you can find time to get away, it'd be awesome to see you there. I'm driving all the way from lovely Suffolk. You'll see what you can do. It would be awesome it's I think there's yeah, from what I can tell, we've got a lovely group of people going, and yeah, the more the merrier. I think, as far as I'm aware, there's still tickets, and I reckon even if you just rock up on the day, they're not going to send you away. It's at Firestorm in Cardiff. I've never been to Wales. It's going to be quite an adventure. It's like 4.5 hours in the car, and then meeting up with some of our World of Warcraft friends on Friday night. And Saturday we have the con, and I'll be driving back on Sunday. I think, did Kat whisper me a link a while ago? Chris did. Copy. Paste. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, there's still like 5 tickets of the original batch, so anyone who is interested in coming and able to get to Wales on the 14th of June, you'll be able to meet yours truly and a whole lot of other lovely people. Oh, itchy. Itchy, itchy nose, itchy nose. Supporting a cause close to your heart. Your wife wasn't working night shift the night before. You try and get up for an hour or two. Yeah, it's a great cause. Yeah, everyone who is able to make it is super welcome. But yeah, if the missus is working a night shift the night before, she's not going to be super happy if she has to get up early in the morning to look after the kiddos. How do I keep finding all these silly nooks and crannies that don't have any paint in them yet? How? Like that, for example. How does this thing... How have I missed that? That's massive. It looks incredible. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's since I started painting it, it's turned into a commission. Someone said that they wanted to buy it after it's finished. So now I'm painting it for someone else rather than for myself. So I'm extra fussy over the finish. It's again. Oh my god. Ridiculous. My crag blue is a funny blue, isn't it? It looks really dark on the palette, but it dries quite light and quite, well, very matte, which is nice, but I think I've just put paint on my glasses. It looks like it's going to be a reasonable final hour. Yeah, you're going to get some more stuff to do, or less. I don't really know what your previous hour. You said it was quite quiet. It's quite nice. I've painted more today than I have in ages. Obviously because I was feeling really rubbish yesterday and most of today. When I finally was able to get out of bed, I was like, I want to do some painting. And I did. And then I made some dinner, and now I'm doing more painting. And it's nice. Don't know if I want. Yeah, I'll just use better with Wraithbone. Don't want to turn this thing green. funny how painting motivation ebbs and flows 100%. For me, it's also I can be really, really motivated to paint, but if I don't make a plan for myself, I just won't. Holy moly! Alex! Thank you so much for the subs. That's amazing. Thank you. Congratulations on the subs. Hello, Tom as well. I assume that you guys are finished with your Mythic Pluses? I really appreciate it, Alex. It's as you know, not required, but very much appreciated. Good evening. How are you, Mercy? You alright? Yeah, regarding the motivation thing, well, I can be really excited about painting, and I really need to still schedule a painting session. You had a nice day? Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Anything good happen specifically, or just did it just go well? For me personally, streaming has been really helpful to actually get me painting and get myself painting, purely because I have a stream schedule, so I know that that's when I'm painting, and then everything on top of that is bonus paint time. But I still find it hard to, no matter how much I enjoy this, I still find it hard to get started. Like the decision paralysis kind of thing. Like, I've got other things that I need to do, and how did the dungeons go today, guys? Are you still feeling it, or you find it a nice work day instead of a day filled with salty colleagues? Oh, that is huge. That makes such a big difference. Like, if your colleagues are miserable all the time, it's impossible to stay happy and positive yourself. Or nearly impossible, I should say. I'm happy for you. That makes, yeah, that's huge. Dungeons were good. You're rusty as fuck. What did you play? I'm very much a one-trick pony with my Resto Shaman, so I don't really have that issue a lot. Yeah, I wasn't sure like how you were able to if you played something else. If you said like, you better dash, have a nice evening. Oh, we have a hype chast. I know it's Tom. I wasn't sure if you oh, that's a really cute emote. Here you go. Why you would be rusty, so I thought maybe you'd brought something else. Right now you're just playing the warrior, yeah. I gotta say, I'm not particularly motivated to start anything else at the moment. Or to do more on my shaman as well, I suppose. I am looking forward to Thursday though. I really hope we can absolutely drown Johanna in gear. And get her curve, that'd be really cool. I'm hoping it'll be silly. And that she'll be mostly heroic geared by the time we wrap up for the night. That'd be cool. Have I done vehicles before? Just bikes. Einhand bikes. Have I done other vehicles? I mean, I don't know. Do large bugs count? Technically, they're vehicles, but I suppose you're thinking more of things like tanks and stuff. In which case, the answer is no. I haven't done any tanks yet. It's on my to-do list, or rather, on my bucket list. I wanna paint some. Because I think you can get a very long way with a sponge. Or stippling. Dry brush stippling. Why do you ask? Just curiosity, or? Also learn more about how the outside is done. Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the reasons why I would like to do some larger vehicles. Obviously, I haven't really painted very many armor things because of my sort of inclination towards big monsters and stuff. Age of Sigmar models. I haven't really had many opportunities to paint large flat metal surfaces. So that's on the to-do list, but you pause the work on yours a bit as stuff got in the way. You need to clear your desk. Yeah, you need space for those. They are they take up rather a lot of space on desks, and working on them also you need space to move. What was it you're building or painting? I can't remember if you said or not. %90 done. The sub-assemblies of the Arbor's Life. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Are you having a good time with it? Are you enjoying it, or is it a bit of a slog? Now the part of interior painting before you can glue and start the real work with cable management. Hold you back is the interior painting. Ah. I could just glue the whole thing shut and not worry about the interior. But where's the fun in that? It's like when my friends would say, like, oh, you just don't paint the underside. No one will know. But I will know. You want the back part to be open as it, yeah, it's absolutely worth getting it painted, but it can be quite tricky. Is there something specific you're worried about painting, or just in general? Too focused on making it look good, generally very hard on yourself with all things. I can relate. I'm also very scared of criticism. Because I'm already so hard on myself, I really struggle with someone else telling me something isn't good enough. It will just make me go, see? I knew it. And then blame yourself, and yeah, exactly. Oh man. Why do we do these things to ourselves? It's so dumb. No one else is going to look at our models, for example, and say, oh well, that looks naff. And yet... No clue, even in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, why worry about it exactly? It's like, why is this an issue? It's like, oh no, my little army dollies are not perfectly painted. Yeah, it's a silly thing. Silly thing for sure. It's not just painting over everything, every interaction. Yeah. Overanalyze every single conversation. Oh no, I hope I didn't do anything weird. I hope they didn't hate that I said this, or that I didn't say enough. Did I ask enough questions? Yeah, it's crap. Are you neurodivergent in some way? If you don't mind me asking. If you do mind me asking, just tell me to mind my own business. Which would be entirely fair. Just sounds super familiar. Hello again, how was dinner? Not diagnosed, but honestly it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. I'm having an assessment on the 20th of June. Because I am very almost certain that something is not the way it's supposed to be up in my brainio. With how I deal with things and it's like, surely it's not normal that everything takes this much effort. Dinner was good. Amertricina. I have never heard of that. I will have to Google that. You've done one of these tests that might indicate autism. Maxa test. It's not really a diagnosis. No. No, it's not, unfortunately. I've had my like preliminary tests, like the ones that the questionnaires that they have to have you fill in before they even allow you to go in for official testing. And I scored really high on one side and not super high on the other side, so it's yeah, we'll have to see. I'm kind of hoping that the answer is yeah, because that would make like it would explain so much. It would explain so much. Chicken, bacon, and potatoes drowned in tomato. Oh, nice. That sounds very nice. It gives you the benefit of getting it properly diagnosed, so you receive a user manual for your own brain, yeah. If you don't feel like it's holding you back in life, just might reduce the stress if you know how to deal with these emotions. Yeah, for me it's more the constant struggle of everything taking so much energy. I feel like I'm always mentally exhausted. And it does hold me back because I just don't have the energy to do the things that I want to do after I'm done doing all the things that I have to do. Which really sucks. So, yeah. Sounds a bit like your partner. She has autism and her energy can be drained super quickly. Yeah. I don't know that I'm autistic. I don't think so. Because I don't really struggle all that much with social interactions. They tire me out. Like crazy. But I've always chalked that up to like just being introverted. I don't mind. Like I wouldn't be doing this, for example, I think, if I thought I had autism, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I guess we'll find out on the 20th. Or not on the 20th, perhaps. They probably won't tell me straight away. They'll probably have to do some counting up of points and stuff. If you do struggle with social interaction, especially when the mask is off, yeah, it can be hard. I have a couple of friends with autism, and I know they really struggle, and it's exhausting for them just to spend any extended amount of time around people, and they can care about these people a lot. Like they can be happy and have a great time hanging out, but it's still exhausting to just go through the motions. He has a really, really gross set of mouths. It's very unpleasant. Like he literally has eyeballs on his tongue. He also has a really gross little finger. What you do certainly know is that you have OCD, and it also applies as neurodivergent, but it's now mostly under control. Side effect of this: panic mode tends to stay active for way too long, as where neurotypical people usually have it calm down quicker. Yeah, that makes sense. It's hard, man. So unfair that life is already pretty difficult, and now we have brains that make it more difficult. Like, what is this even? Like, I occasionally hear these stories of people who've been going through life as neurodivergent but undiagnosed all of their lives, and then finding out later in life that they have insert whatever spicy version they are, and then getting a medication for it, and them being so upset, like how I could have had this brain that isn't undermining me at every opportunity my whole life, and instead I've been playing life on hard mode. Which is, in a way, kind of what I'm hoping will happen with me when I have my assessment. They'll tell me, yeah, you are definitely on the spectrum. How have you coped all these 39 years? And thank you for the lurk, Chris. It can even be caused by a virus or bacteria that makes some changes in the amygdala. It's not always an RNG roll at birth. Really? That's annoying. And unfair. Nope. Oh, Streptococcus, really? I did not know that. That is messed up, man. Have you always had it, or is it something that started in your adult life? Teeny tiny eyeballs. As a kid, suddenly there was this strange situation where asymmetric touches would cause massive discomfort, so pressing the stoplight with both hands was a fix. After all, that was gone, and years later... George, it's just your dad, buddy. Germophobia. Well, that's very, very common, or a lot more common, I think, than... Oh, lucky. George gets some cheese. Hmm?
That's actually changed a lot since it's fully dried. It's actually uniformed.
It's very nice.
It's very blue.
It's very nice. Bye.
Come on.
Nivian, the absolute superstar, coming in to collect the dog for his last walk. Hello, G. Yeah. Yeah, germophobia is fairly common, I think, or much more common. Balls. I'm not quite a germaphobe, but there are certain things that really give me the ick. Like money. I used to work in a shop, and realizing how dirty money is. Nice to hear you right in the middle of a cutscene. Sorry. Yeah, cash, coins especially, gives me the ick. I always need to wash my hands after I've touched coins. You should end up with this. Oh, fuck's sake! Pardon my French. End up with like this brown grey residue on your fingers after a few hours of working in a shop. And you'd be able to actually, like, if you rub your fingers against each other, it would like make little rolls. Disgusting. So yeah, that was an issue for me. Eventually had with almost everything anyone else could interact with. Can't recommend. No, that would be horrendous. COVID for me was both amazing and like awful, because all of a sudden people were like wearing face masks, using hand sanitizer, shopping trolleys would be sanitized, but at the same time it was also a very stressful time because you're just extra aware of how dirty everything is. Start of COVID, had the OCD very much under control and started using the OCD regulation techniques as a defense for COVID. Oh, nice. It sounded they reignited the OCD fears. Ugh. Yeah, not what you want. This needs to stop. Force yourself to get exposed to it. Yeah. Exposure and realizing it's not, you're not, it doesn't affect you in the way that you think. Tinges get stitches. Hi, Mount, you alright? People keep dying, but ain't nothing you can do about it. I hope that's not in real life. But yeah, still, nothing you can do about that either. I don't have much issues with it other than some habits that left over. Yeah, but some coping mechanisms and stuff is not a bad thing, right? As long as you... White Wolf! Thank you for the raid! How are you doing? And Chris and Kat and Jace. Thank God the raid went through White Wolf because I wouldn't stop talking. Hi Gary, you alright? Henrik, you okay? How are you doing? It's getting there. It's getting there. I am... yeah, slowly but steadily getting to a point that I'm not upset with it anymore. Thank you. I like the wings too. I have to decide what I'm gonna do with the text for the book. Wait, when we create the demon look rubbish. Oh, shush you. I bet he looks freaking stunning like everything you do. But thank you. Thanks, Nexus. I am just very happy that I'm finally getting to a point where I feel like I'm close to finishing. I feel like I've been painting this model for weeks, which is probably true because I have. Well, there's some there's an actual like Zinj Demon Alphabet, apparently. Argamax linked it in my Discord the other day. So I'll have to come up with something that I can spell with that. That'll work for very tired, worked 14 hours today, going to bed. Oh, bless you. It needs chicken scratching. Literal. I could do that too, just like literal like chicken feet. Yes, a draconic alphabet above your bed, that's awesome. I feel like I should probably ask which draconic alphabet, because I imagine there's probably a bunch of them floating around the internet at the moment. But is it probably D&D? Almost same, making sarnies for another 4 a.m. 4:30 a.m. start. That is. That's crap. Yeah, D&D, awesome. Sleep like a hammered seal. Locus, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Stupid early start next Wednesday. 6.5-mile drive ahead of you. Ugh, yeah. Yeah, I'm driving up on Friday. I'm leaving Friday morning and then meeting up with some friends in the evening who live in Wales. And then after that, it's con time. You don't miss 4:30 starts? No, God. Gotta say, that's probably one of my my nightmares. I used to have 7:30 starts. They were crap. I only got 2 of them today, this week, today and tomorrow. Still though, not fun. Like, I'd almost think that might be better off with like all your shifts early, but that's absolutely not true. I would probably top myself or someone else. Probably someone else, to be honest. I am very much not a morning person, so yeah, that'd be hard on me. Someone else first as a test. To explain a club seal, you love to directly translate Swedish expressions. Sometimes people can guess what they meant, but sometimes you leave them very wondering. I mean, like, I'm Dutch, and my mum's name, her full name is Cecilia, but she goes by Ciel, C-I-E-L, and she always liked to say that she didn't want to be a vegetable, or if she like had dementia or whatever, she said, if I ever turn into a vegetable, club me like the seal I am. So there's that. Like, I don't want to be that kind of burden. It's like, oh god, thanks, Mum. Yeah. Club me like a seal I am. Yeah, she's great. My mum is, honestly, she's great, but she's also a little bit crazy sometimes. She says stuff like that, like, Mum, please. Pulling the plug would be less violent. Yeah, but like, if people with like dementia and stuff don't have a plug. And she was very much of a mind that, or she is very much of a mind that she doesn't want that kind of life. Apologies for the mic screech. Hopefully, still a long way away. I keep finding eyes on this guy. Oh my god. How do you have more eyes? Arrgh. If I get dementia, I told wifey she can do what she likes because you won't know. Yeah, exactly. Hopefully it never gets to that point. No, exactly. We can all hope we die peacefully in our sleep. And no dramas. And we all die at the same time as our partners, which is also one of those things. That's a very glum conversation. Apologies. Got a lurk. Thank you so much for the lurk. I won't be here for much longer, if I'm honest. I have to get up again in the morning, like everyone else. I was been off sick for 2 days, and it's nice to be able to actually work with your body clock rather than George Poop, let's go. That is nice. We never know after his daycare day whether or not he's been at daycare, so it's always nice when he goes at night. Here in Scandinavia, has something called stupa, which means throwing your elderly people out from a great height. Is it like defenestration? Knowing me, you'll have checked out before being actually declared. Yeah, fair enough. Guess who has a partially painted storm surge? Yeah. Man, the colors on that thing, it's crazy. It looks so good. Right, lunchbox is done. Time to attend the thing called sleep. Later, Jace. I hope you have a good sleep. Sweet dreams and all that. And thank you for following White Wolf over. Boop. Eyeball. It's the raid Mexican wave. Yeah. And like, bye, bye, bye. Right. Is there anything blue that I desperately need to finish? Ay, ay, ay. Right. I am going to call that for today because I am going a little bit cross-eyed. Let's have a little looky-loo to see who is about. It has been good, Gary. I appreciate you coming over and ooh. He's so wobbly. Watch. Let's have a little look to see who is still painting. I think. Yeah, why not? Let's go give Johnny a little raid. Thank you all very much for hanging out with me this evening. It's been lovely. I got a load done, which is always nice. I had a good time, which is also nice. And I'm going to create a raid to Johnny Jeans Minis, who is, let me just see what he's painting. He is painting
this new Elden Ring thing that's come out. Is it
I'm not entirely sure. Oh, I am sure. It's Psychophage, I think. Tyranid. So yeah,
standalone.
I will create the raid universe. And I will send us over. And yeah, thank you all very much for chilling with me today. And
okay.
Well, hopefully I will see you all on Saturday.
Is it like a PV battle?